So what we'll do, we'll just get these hands and go to curl, because we just want to relax them. Okay, not that one. Then we want to bring the thumbs in slightly and just have them a bit more relaxed, you know. Yeah, we just want them inside more and just relaxed there. That's better. Yeah, it just feels a bit more natural like that. And then what we'll do, we'll get the forearm and we'll just move this up a bit, middle click. Actually, what's that? -10. -10. And then let's copy that to the end. And then obviously in the middle, we got 10. We can extend that a bit more if we wanted to. All right, that's cool. And then what we'll do, same thing in the graph editor. We'll cycle it. And then what we're going to do, we're going to start offsetting these. But we're just getting the keys in at the moment. Same thing with the hand. The hand will, the wrist goes forward slightly. We'll try not to over exaggerate it. We'll just make it a bit subtle. You know, we don't want to over exaggerate. Again, same thing in the graph editor. Select everything, flatten it, cycle it. And then what we can do is, okay, what we'll do now, we will offset this by 1 and then the wrist by 2. So select everything, 1, 2. Now we'll have a look. Okay, let's have a look without the controls. Okay, it's much loose, right? It's loose, which is what we want. Okay. Now I'm just thinking about maybe rotating, bringing it closer. Is it intersecting the trousers? Right. There. Okay, that's fine. It works. You could even, in the middle here, have it coming out, and then coming in. Let's see how that looks. Is that intersecting? No, that seems fine. Okay, now what you can do, we can probably offset this a little bit more. So if we select the wrist and the forearm, maybe move it another frame. Okay, let's move this another frame, and then maybe the wrist. What we can do with the wrist is choose the wrist. We could even move this up, see how it looks. Yeah, so we're moving it up. We're just trying to get a bit more of the drag. You see that? There's a bit more drag happening there. So that feels a bit better. Right, and now what you can do, you can trickle that down all the way to the fingers and the thumb, and make the finger an extension of the hand, which I'll show you. So there's some really good controls here. So if we check out base, I think it's this base R. Yeah, see this one? This is really good because you can add drags. I'll show you what I mean. So if we go here, we can drag it forward, middle click to the end, and then drag it back. You see that's happening? Now all you have to do is go into your graph editor, same thing, flatten, and we can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see how much 4 is. Yeah, we can do one more. So start creating that. Maybe even one more. Yeah. And if you really want to go more into it, you could select the fingers and drag those. But we can keep it like this. And then the thumb is the same. We can get the thumb here. Well, actually, let's see. Is there a thumb control? There is a thumb. Yeah, we can use this instead. So if we see this, we can just rotate. Maybe rotate it going up like that. Middle click that and then go back. And then we can also, again in the graph editor, I think we offset that by 6. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that will follow with the palm. And then if it doesn't show as much, we can lift these up. Probably not showing because I will lift these up as much. So if we look now, see, there's a bit more. And then we can drag this down. Maybe tone it down. So you can always tone it down. So that's okay, that will work. But we can tone that. We can also use the other controls as well. Down, copy and use that down for this. You can do that in. Actually, that's too much. That is too much. We don't want that much. So what we'll do, we'll tone that down. Yeah, because the thumb doesn't move that much, man. Okay, maybe animation is different, you know. Same thing on the other side, then, yeah. So what we do, we've got that. So we've got the forearm. Again, we want to move it back slightly, right? Keyframe that, and then forward. So this is -10. That is 10, 10. And the same thing with the wrist. Come back with the wrist. We'll be adding 5. Copy that to the end, then go to the middle, -5. And then you could even do the base. Middle click to the end, and then forward. And then the thumb is the same. In the middle, it's going to be forward slightly, and then back on the base. So we've got everything there. So all we got to do now is come into the graph editor and move this by 1. Move this by 1, 2, flattening them. Then we got a control here for the base way, that one. Now 1, 2, 3. And then the thumb as well. Flatten that. 1, 2, 3. So you're starting to get it there now, yeah? And then you can start offsetting a bit more. Might want to offset the wrist and the hand. And then offset this another 2. The thumb another 2. And so you're getting a little bit of a drag there in the hands. And then you can start playing more with the fingers. But that's the arms done. So you've got a bit of the arm. What we'll do here, we'll add a bit of a rotation. We'll add a rotation. Well, let's see. Here, we could add it in. And here we could have it come out slightly. So at least it's not intersecting the trousers. There you go. There you go. So we've got a bit of a cycle there going. right? And then, now that we've got the arms all working, we'll just do the head. Excuse me. So we'll do the head now, yeah? So we've got the neck here. So when you walk, as the head comes down, we'll just bring the head down slightly. Right? And then the high point, we'll just slightly rotate the head up. Just creating that, and then down. High here. So it's a bit exaggerated there, right? But we can always tone that down like we're doing here. This is all zeroed, so we can get rid of these middle ones. Copy this over here. Copy these values so they're both equal up and down. And then we'll flatten that. Then we can just have a look. Right, now what we can do is just tone that. So we can just scale that down a bit. Because we want the head to be moving, but very subtle. So if you look at the head here, same thing, right? We want it to be moving, but let's keep it subtle. So let's copy these values, same thing. Delete those inner values because they're the same value. Flatten everything out. Make sure the tangents are matching. And scale that down a bit. Neck is alright. Let's offset. So let's offset 1, 2. So we're starting to get a little bit of a movement in the head. And then what we can do here is, if you look at the overall posture of the walk, it's going down there, right? Let's try and polish this. So let's see this. It was going down. Maybe he doesn't have to go as down. You know? Let's see that. Yeah. That's cool. All right. And then what we could do is we could start. Now we've got that all happening. In the next video, we'll just start working on polishing it slightly, changing the pose, you know, and then we'll do a bit of the volume on the face. What we'll do, we'll add a bit more volume, you see, and on the head here, and we will add a bit of overlap to all this just to bring it alive. Bit of movement in the ear, our eyes as well. All right, guys, so that's the splining and getting all the arms working. Yeah, so all right, we'll see you in the next video.